Hi everyone, I'm Natalia. Thank you for watching this vlog. This is my first attempt at a vlog and blogging actually. So thanks for hanging in there and reading about my whole situation. If you're not familiar with it, I am undergoing a process right now of getting prepared for jaw surgery. So a little history about me. I graduated from MSU in May. I graduated with a degree in graphic design and photography. Well, there are specializations within studio art. So I did graduate with an art degree. I work 45 minutes away from here. I'm living in my mom's house, which is fine right now because, I got to get my stuff together. I actually am in internship, so I find out in a couple weeks if I am a yay or nay in that situation, so I'm not going to move until I know what's going on. And this is my room, by the way. Redid everything because I didn't live here for a long time. So this is actually one of our third houses we've had since I went to MSU, which is no big deal. I'm used to being nomad. I'm fine with it. Um, anyway, I'm 23 and I am getting braces and jaw surgery. I passed about my jaw when I was 13. I got a concussion and I injured my TMJ, which is this joint here that connects your upper jaw and your head to your actual jaw, your lower jaw, which makes you able to talk and eat and everything else. So um, basically, the concussion injured my TMJ, and I didn't really know it was that big of a deal until a couple of years later, a couple of years ago from now. I played trumpet all throughout middle school, grade school actually, and ended up going to Michigan State for trumpet in music education, and I decided I want to switch that, but during that I was in the marching band at MSU, and that was a lot of effort out of my face in general for anyone. And during my junior year, I became a higher instrument of brass, and that, made me change my embouchure, which is the way you play your instrument, if you're familiar with brass instruments in general. So that put a lot of pressure on me, and basically I was eroding my jaw joints because of the way I was playing. I was pushing too hard, and because of the way that I have an overbite and an open bite, I had to play differently and adjust my jaw to compensate for my lack of normal jaw to play stuff and keep up with the game, which, at the time in my head I knew that marching band was a finite amount of time, and I knew that after that I could get everything figured out. So basically I went to a lot of doctors during college to at least maintain the pain that I was going through. There were some days I couldn't even talk because my jaw hurt so bad. It was just more of like an aching, like a tension headache times 20 that went through my entire face. So even if I pushed here, it would hurt so bad my eyes would water. No joke. Every day after game days, marching band, we had to play with football, obviously, so it was an all-day event. And it was very stressful on my face. Every morning I wake up after game day, my lips would be swollen. Everything would be swollen. I couldn't move. I couldn't even look at my horn, let alone play it. And eventually I graduated this May as a fifth year and am now getting everything taken care of. So I have an overbite, open bite, and open bite because of sucking my thumb for too long, believe it or not. Which, I've come to terms with. I'm a grown up now. I know it's a problem. I don't do it like when I was a kid. I used to do it all the time. Now it's more of a subconscious thing that actually has gotten a lot better in the past month because I've been wearing this splint. Literally. Yeah, I wouldn't do it all the time. It was just, wake up in the middle of the night and there's a thumb in your mouth that's yours and you're just frustrated and embarrassed at the same time. Not cool. And that's where I am now. And it wasn't, now doing that wasn't damaging my teeth as much as it was when I was a kid and my teeth were growing and it was all the time and blah, blah, blah. So basically, all these things combined have led to a decision that I have to get jaw surgery and braces. I was facing getting jaw surgery and braces 3 years ago, and I said no because I had more time left in the band, and to me, I knew it was fixable at some point, and that I wanted to get a second opinion. Also, that's not something you should jump into, especially for a cosmetic thing. I know mine's not just, obviously this is not because it's a cosmetic thing. It's a lot of money, a lot of pain, a lot of preparation, and that's not why you would get something like this done. That's just stupid. So this is my bite that I have lived with for the past 23 years. I'm going to show you it because right now it's changed because of this splint I'm wearing, and I'll explain more about this in a little bit. I'm going to try to keep this quick, but there's a lot to go over because this is my first video, and it's easier to get everything in a video than reading about it sometimes. So the bite that I originally had, this is my original smile that actually is kind of hard to do now because everything's changing. So there's a little gap here, but everything lines up, and this is why it was deceiving. Because for so long, my family and I thought that my teeth were fine because I wasn't having jaw pain. And that's one thing was, you know, if I'm functioning fine, if everything's fine, if from the front, you know, smile looks fine. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap, but who cares, you know? Why get braces if I play a brass instrument? Because to people that play an instrument, getting braces, or even a music teacher that finds out their student is getting braces and they play a brass instrument, that is a devastating, bad thing to do. Especially, you know, for me, I was relatively good at trumpet, and me not being able to play my horn, there's a lot of weight on me to be able to play correctly and not have to deal with braces if I was playing fine. It's just that 2 years ago, everything hit the fan. My muscles collapsed in my face, and basically this is the only treatment that I have to do because everything else wasn't working. So I have been using this for the past 4 weeks. It helps a lot. It's molded to my teeth. And I will show you in a second what it actually is because it's really, really nerdy and really stupid. But it's working, so it's a frenemy, you know. I don't have a name for it. I call it retainer because bite splint is really not a turn on. And I'm not going to call it that. So, anyway, so it looks like Invisalign, and they had to build layers on it with this weird gooey stuff. And it tastes like nail polish remover. It's really gross. Well, when it was new. Now it doesn't anymore because it's disgusting. So, the reason why this front right here is so big is because they're trying to take the pressure off my molars in the back so that my jaw muscles can relax and put all the pressure on the front of my teeth so that can happen. And since I have an overbite, this is a bigger situation because this is happening. This is my bite right now after 4 weeks. It used to be this, and I can't even do it because it's so tense, you know. This is my old smile. This is my new one. After 4 weeks without braces, that's a big deal. Because you know how when you were little, you'd have a loose tooth and you felt like it was a giant thing in your mouth that was a hole, and it's the same thing when you're doing this. You're hyper aware, everything seems so dramatic, and then you look in the mirror and it's really not noticeable to anyone else but you because you're the person going through it and you know your body. And that's basically the whole process of this to me. I know myself, I knew that something was wrong, and I decided to take action. And the reason why I got so bad in general was because my teeth, so the side, the line is here. And when you play a brass instrument, they have to line up so that we can have a straight horn. You know, it had to be parallel to the ground, 0 degrees from you. Basically 0 degrees. Well, that's 0. So it was either me putting my head back all the way, which you couldn't do because we had to have good form. So instead, to do that, I had to do this and push my jaw out all the way. And that is a lot of tension on these joints, even if they're not injured, you know? So I had a lot of weird things going on, and that's why everything's getting better now. And I don't play trumpet anymore. I have an art degree, and it's good. So not worried about that. At least it doesn't affect my career like it would have, and I would have been really SOL. So this I've been wearing for 4 weeks. If I reiterated, I'm sorry. And I have to wear it for another 4 weeks until I go back to the orthodontist. And she wants me to be on this treatment for 3 months total. 3 to 6 months, but the fact that my jaw's already been like, screw you, I'm moving forward so quickly. Everything's looking really good right now, I think, because it was kind of just like an animal in a box. It wanted to get out, and it couldn't until now when I have this thing to let it do what it wants to do. Because there's no, like, imprints on the bottom. of where your teeth should go. So my jaw is basically just sliding around on this thing, doing what it wants, which is great. Because that's the weird thing about my jaw is that it lines up, my teeth line up, but it doesn't want to be there. So that's the problem. So that's what we're fixing. And right now this is my new bite. And this is my open bite right here. Even though the front might line up more than before, and that's a lot of improvement for 4 weeks. My talking's been a lot better. I had a really big lisp. Sorry, text message. Because, you know, my teeth were so far ahead of my bottom jaw that every time I had to say an S or a T, I was a Michigan State Spartan. Saying that, Michigan State, I still can't even do it because I don't have braces yet to fix everything. Those words are so hard to say when you have an overbite and a jaw that's not far enough where it should be. So I was saying everything on the roof of my mouth, and now since everything's more lined up, I feel like I'm enunciating things a little bit better. One of my friends said I sound a little bit different, and that's good, I guess. I always thought I sounded nasally because I have sinus problems as well. And for any sinus problem people out there, resolving jaw pain is a huge thing to improve the well-being of your sinuses and face pain. Because if you've ever had a sinus infection or any pressure, you know that this area all here is pressure. And when you have jaw pain, your TMJ muscles, it's a strip that goes here and a strip that goes here and all little ones around your face. And when those are sore, it all is inflamed and you're a miserable human being. So with this whole treatment, I felt a lot better. I'm also not eating gluten anymore, or, you know, in my diet. That includes beer. That's my number one concern. I'm Italian. I could care less about the pasta. I love craft beer, and that's something I have to deal with, which really sucks because I was in college the whole time. I was having a gluten intolerant problem. I don't have celiac. It's just a gluten intolerance. And so it's kind of bittersweet because I had the experience to have beer, and now I can't, so I know what it's like. You know, it's one of those things where I know what you're drinking, and I really am jealous because I love Bell's Two Hearted, and if you're drinking that, I really don't like you right now. So now I'm sticking to like Angry Orchard and all that stuff that I really didn't like because I liked bitter IPAs and stuff like that. So I'm basically 180 from where I would like to be, but I feel a lot better, which is, you know, I'm taking care of myself, which is number one. So, I don't know what else I have to say right now. Yeah, I go back to the orthodontist in a month, and she's going to evaluate me, and I'm guessing since any specialist doctor appointments always take so long to get a process done because you go and they're like, okay, come back in 3 weeks. Okay, come back in 4 weeks. Come back in 2 weeks. Because just from them molding this thing, which looked like Invisalign, they added all these things to it. It took them 2 weeks to get just the mold from the clay stuff they imprinted on my upper jaw. So it takes a long time. And with that, I'm going to say that knowing that this process, so the process in general is this bite splint for 3 months, then braces for about 6 months. I'm not really sure yet. We haven't talked about it. And then after that, I will get referred to an orthodontic surgeon, or I don't know what the hell they're called, surgeon, and they are going to take more x-rays of my face, my jaw, and see what they have to do to fix it. Okay, so they're going to have to do something with my joint because my disc slipped when I got a concussion. And it's been more apparent ever since this whole shenanigans started I already told you about. And the surgery that I'm guessing I'm getting, honestly, is called orthogathic surgery. And you get it done when you have braces on. So I'm going to have these braces on. I thought braces were bad to begin with, and now I have this, which is more embarrassing because no one knows what this is. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's in. It's not cute. Okay, here we go. This is what I have to deal with. I sound like my tongue is choking myself, literally. This is what it looks like from up here. I don't know if you can see that. It's very deep. No pun intended. Literally, I feel like my tongue is like here in my face. But this is after 4 weeks of practicing. I could not say good morning for 2 weeks to my coworkers because I didn't know where to put my tongue. I didn't know F. Oh my God, I just said it. Sorry, this thing collects with spit all the time. F is hard. M. Everything else is fine. F, it doesn't come out very good. So, but I can still type things. I can still say shit. Other things like that. It's just kind of hard and frustrating, and I feel like a child with a weird thing in their mouth. And I'm 23 and single, and I have a job, and I live with my mom. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not going to dwell over myself. But anyway, I'm taking this out. Gross. I have a little pink case for it. It's cute. Not really. But anyway, so the surgery is you have braces on. And so basically they're going to line up my teeth to where they should be. Which means that they're going to be straight. They're going to be totally straight, but they're going to be on different axes. So since my upper jaw is further ahead than my lower jaw, in general, I didn't know that my bottom teeth were actually a little bit bucked too. So they're going to look more in the end. Even though my jaw might be in the right spot, my upper jaw will be further ahead than my lower jaw. And I just know that because I can see it right now. And either way, there's a double surgery or just one. Usually doing one is when you have a really severe underbite or, protruding underbite or something like that. Or I don't know what other example, but usually they do two, and then they do one with a chin altercation thing, where they take the little thing in your chin, if they line up your face and your chin's under not prominent enough, and you'd be surprised how much math and equational things go into making the proportions for your face to look like a face. Like not that my face doesn't look like a face, it obviously is one, but your profile tells a lot about your bone structure, and there's a lot of math going into where your upper jaw lines up with the bridge of your nose, and then that to your chin, and then that to your temple. So there's a lot of different things that go into it, and that's why I don't know what kind of surgery I'm getting until the braces are done. And they do the surgery, they literally, if I do the upper one, which I probably will because I've always had a more prominent upper jaw, just from sucking my thumb, everything's forward. So they make an incision right here, which is why you can wear braces. They do all of it up here, and they literally shift your whole face, and they nail it together, and you pay $20,000 for that shit. My mom always said, let me just get a hammer and break a face right now, which she has a point, but that's not the way to go about it, and it's probably not going to have a good outcome, and she'd probably get arrested. So that's that, and the recovery time is bad. You won't look normal with your new face until like a year after, because all the swelling takes so long to go down. And that's something that the doctors always say, they have this technology now where they can predict from the calculations of where they have to move your jaw and how forward and how back, what you're going to look like. And it's weird because everyone's like, well, I want you to look the same. I'm like, I'm going to look the same from here up and down, but actually I'll probably lose like 15 pounds. I won't be able to eat anything for a month. Like, it's going to be a liquid diet, and the rubber bands, they put surgical wires on you, so they're these giant Saw movie the movie Saw. I'm going to feel like that with that cage in my head, because they get these surgical wires that are your braces, and they rubber band your teeth together with these really strong rubber bands. They don't wire them shut anymore in most places, just because there's no room for a little bit of movement, if your jaw has a little bit of adjusting to do. But yeah, they rubber band your face shut pretty much. You have to drink and take medication in the sides of your face, back here somewhere, up my nose. I don't know. So it's a very long and emotionally draining recovery. The whole thing is It's a lot of patience, I guess I can say. I'm in phase 1 of 3, and this is the shortest one and the less invasive one. Least invasive one. This is removable. I can look normal when I want to. I mean, don't always want to look normal, but the more I wear it, the better it is. I'm sorry this video is so long. I just have to explain a lot of stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I feel great. My tension headaches are gone. I'm talking better. What else? Oh, I actually chewed gum a couple days ago for like, I mean, maybe a minute, but that was a huge deal to me because before, if I chewed gum, I actually went to a concert, Forever Festival in Sterling Heights, like maybe a month and a half ago, and I chewed gum during the concert. For 3 days, I couldn't open my mouth to eat stuff. I had to eat soup or chew so little that it was just like, because it was when it got to the pressure point, it would hurt so bad I couldn't do anything about it. So that's the last time I chewed gum. I chewed gum for a minute, maybe last week, and I was elated because even though my teeth don't line up, which they don't, see, they don't line up. My jaw is in a spot where it's not, so my jaw is so far back that you can feel it in my ear. Like the actual joint was in my ear, inside of my ear. And now since my jaw's moving forward, it's not there. So everything is like where it's supposed to be, but my teeth don't line up. So everything feels good, but it's just kind of awkward to eat sometimes because and these teeth touch first. So that's what I'm chewing with when that's what hits first when everything's moving because nothing else lines up. And that's what hits first. And it's kind of an annoying thing because, you know, you're eating salsa and chips and all of a sudden you like crack down on something. It goes right here, which is fine. I mean, I'm just complaining about nothing at this point because everything is so great. And everyone's actually been really understanding about this whole situation for the most part. I have a lot of people ask me, why do you need jaw surgery? You look fine. And I think the biggest thing is it's not about looks. I mean, that's a outcome of it. But the main thing is that I will be able to eat properly, talk properly. I mean, I have a tongue thrust also, which means I swallow backwards. So instead of everything going this way when I swallow, one half of my tongue goes this way, the other goes that way. I don't know. It's cool, I guess, but it doesn't work out when you have an overbite. Let's just say mashed potatoes, the hardest thing to swallow ever. It's like my tongue doesn't know what to do, and it just stops, and I have to just think about it and just do it because it's weird. But yeah, so everything's good. 4 weeks until my next appointment. From there, I'm hoping I get braces in January because that will be my next appointment after that because that'll be 3 months. And I'm actually excited to get braces because they're normal. They're normal things. No one knows what this is. This is not a normal thing. So the braces will be weird on a level where like at least I can take this out at the bar. But braces, I can talk correctly with braces because there's nothing clogging. This is how deep this is. It doesn't look like a lot, but my front teeth are here, and this is how far back that goes. It's stupid. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping everything continues to be going as smoothly as it has been. And sorry for this being so long. This is my first video, and I'm explaining a lot of things. But thank you for watching. Thank you for reading my blog. I actually have like 2,000 views of it already, which is really cool because I want to document my stuff. And then, you know, also there's a lot of questions. You know, if someone's asking, well, why are you getting jaw surgery? I'll just say, read my blog. Here's a quick synopsis of it. But I don't want to explain it all. It takes too long. Obviously, it takes 25 minutes to do. So, yeah, it's a good way to keep track of progress also and compare it with other people. There's a couple people out there that have done a really good job with the blogs and the vlogs and stuff. And that's really helped me prepare mentally, and also plan stupid stuff like, you know, what can I eat when my mouth is shut? You know, what are good shakes to eat that have a lot of protein so I don't, you know, become anorexic and my hair falls. You know, like a lot of people don't have enough nutrition during this stuff because they're just eating ice cream and juice and stuff like that, and they end up getting sick because they're not having as much nutrients as they should be, and their hair falls out, and they're just too thin. I mean, it's bad. So it's good to have backup and other people and support as well. Friends and other people have had this surgery. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will have another video in a month or so. And stay tuned, and thanks for reading. Bye-bye.